And we're live.
Hi, everybody. Uh,
Hey,
is there anybody I should? Oh, yeah, we've already got comments. Holy shit.
welcome.
I farted. In case you're wondering what that look of relief on my face was.
Welcome. I'm Nice Junk, and this is the guy with the fat face.
Oh, so who else? So scrapping on the flies in here. That's right's in here.
Uh,
That's right in here.
Scrapping all his shoveling poop or something.
What's that? Oh,
Scrap,
yeah.
he's shoveling poop or something.
Yeah, you got to shovel it out.
Yeah,
It's
shoveling poop.
it's just a pit. Oh, man.
Well,
So,
it seems
how's
to me you
everybody doing?
want to just dig a trench to the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, just run it to. Well, I just take it right to the nearest ditch.
Yeah,
Then you don't have to worry about culverts and stuff.
or
They've already
the
got those
neighbor's
built.
property, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. So, how's everybody's week going so far?
The shits, but thanks for asking.
Yeah, other than yours, I already know yours is shit. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, that I was really happy. I wish I had more money because there was like I just an insane amount of stuff and all like industrial quality. Like the thing I don't get, so that coffee maker came from Alberta. It's from like a supply company in Alberta. So I'm gonna call them today and see if they want to buy it back or
Ooh.
if they just want to sell it. And
Oh, do you know who might buy those? Is those camps that go up to the oil rigs and stuff.
that's where it's from.
Oh, but there's a lot of those catering companies, that would
Yeah,
probably.
but the only problem is this was a 2,000 man camp, and most camps, like I've used to live in camps like all year, but the most of them don't have coffee machines, anything like that, because there's only maybe a couple hundred guys in it. But this was 2,200 people.
It's only 6 gallons. That's like good for maybe 8 people.
I believe it's 6 gallons per side, but I don't quite know yet. But yeah, not the whole 2,200 people go for breakfast and everything all at the same time. And I'm pretty sure that they have more than one. I think this is just a backup.
Oh,
But yeah, the 200-man camps have similar machines. They're just not that big. Like you know, that's just like, I don't even know how long that coffee. It's got an agitator in it, so it must like every once in a while just kind of stir it up a little. But I would think that would you know having it sit for too long would have it bitter. I don't know.
nice. And
Girl being girl. I don't think people
au-
understand. What's that?
all I picked up at our auction this week was a carburetor.
Oh, really? Did you bid on other stuff?
Yeah. No, yeah, I did bid on other stuff, but that auction goes way too high. But I really wanted this carburetor, so
Oh, is it for Hellbent?
no for the green one.
Oh, okay, right on.
Yeah.
Um, I don't get this whole drill baby drill thing. Like every drilling rig in the States is already in use. Like it takes a year and a half to 5 years to build a drilling rig. So like yeah, you can say let's start drilling more, but I mean there's just not there's no rigs.
Don't they move them from place to place?
Yeah, they do, but that's the thing is they're all like for years they're all working. Like I don't know
Oh,
unless they're going to start bringing, because a lot of American drilling companies have rigs in Canada, but I'm pretty sure that they'll have to pay all the tariffs to get them.
across.
Yeah, to get them down there. They'll probably make those tariffs like zero, but oh no, we need those. It's not the permits though, Chris. It's the actual physical rigs. They don't have them. Hey, Steve.
Hi, Stern.
The so like I don't know what the workforce down there is like and how fast they can pump out rigs, but up here it's minimum 18 months to build like a small rig. So I don't know what the no, I know that, but it's not the permits. All the rigs have been drilling there for years. Like they don't have just idle rigs sitting around.
Right. They don't have a rig rental store.
Yeah, like it's just like it's a big thing.
Yeah, because they're worth a lot of money. They're not going to have them sitting around in a parking lot somewhere.
No, and we moved a whole bunch of rigs down to the border there a while ago when everything got slow because they were still drilling down there. They quit drilling up here.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's just a like a physical thing. It's not like a thing where unless they're talking about doing that Alaska. There's that place in Alaska that like it's pretty controversial, I guess. For I can't remember. It's like some sort of a wildlife refuge that they want to open up for drilling.
Oh, you mean like Alberta?
Yeah, it's like Alberta, except for it's just one spot where I think they have to go out on the ice and drill, but like all of the wildlife people are freaking out about it.
I'm talking like the tar sands in Fort Mac, right?
Oh
That's
yeah.
very, very controversial. Something about ducks being killed and shit.
Oh,
right?
like thousands of them. It's crazy. And fish, like when those tailings ponds get leaked out, like so you guys have a lot of unemployed down there that are ready to go build rigs? I don't like I honestly other than the fact that I know that the rigs are all working down there, like I don't know you need a pretty skilled workforce to build a oil rig.
I should build a rig, and as long as I don't have to go further than 2 feet, I should be okay.
Yeah, and just build it out of scrap.
Yeah, washing machine motors.
The yeah, before I started working around the rigs, I just had no idea what they were even like. But man, when you get there, it's a lot. Like I couldn't figure out why it was taking like 4 days to move a rig on like from just down the road onto another lease, and it's hundreds of loads.
Now that is the comment of the day.
Yeah, exactly. We have that. That's what we have here too.
We have the exact same problem.
Like people want to work, they just want to do whatever fun job that their parents told them they could always do if they put their mind to it. Yeah, but then again, like pipeline is completely different. The pipelines don't start till long after the rigs are there. Like for a 4-year presidential term, I just don't know how many rigs they can get going.
Yeah, it's
to where it's going to make a difference in employment numbers.
It's horrible that, and we have the same problem here, is one government will say, hey, let's put all this stuff to work. Then the next one will come in and kibosh it all. It's always been executive order after executive order, right? It's like,
yeah, I don't pay too much.
And it's such a waste of money. We've had like, I don't know how many times we've had military contracts canceled before they even started.
Yeah. And think of how many millions of dollars went into just getting the contracts ready and getting all that. It's just stupid. Government money is free.
For the government.
The blue collar workers are always looking for great paying jobs. Yeah, well, you got to have the skills to do it though. You can't just be a backyard welder and go get a job building a rig. Like you've got to have.
What are you talking about?
Well, I know. I just solder them together.
Yeah, like pipelines, right? We can just put any jerk out there welding pipeline together.
Yeah. Sign up for this. Yeah, no. The like disability is fine. I don't think it pays enough to live on, really. Like here it doesn't anyhow. Like I got a buddy who used to work for me, and he gets $1,200 a month. Well, luckily he had an insurance settlement when he was in his car accident that put him on disability, and he was able to buy his little trailer so that he doesn't have to rent or anything. But if he had to rent, there's no way he could live like on $1,200.
It's like with us, we need refineries. The government's put a hold on all refineries, and we just need one or two.
You guys have all of them.
We don't have any refineries in Alberta.
Yeah, you do.
They're upgraders. They're not actual refineries.
Well, they're upgraded refineries. Fort Saskatchewan's got a Shell refinery. I know they call it an upgrade, but they're refining oil.
Right, but it's not what we actually need. It's not producing gasoline. And
oh yeah, you guys produce a lot of gasoline because that's where we get it. From what's it called there at the Saskatchewan border, Lloydminster.
Lloydminster?
Yeah. I think that's the Husky refinery.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like 4 or 5 in Sherwood Park, but they're actual not refineries.
How are we getting gas from them?
I don't know. I don't know all the logistics.
Canada has 19 refineries that produce petroleum products, including gasoline. The refineries are located across the country with the largest share refining capacity in Alberta.
Oh, I was wrong.
Irving and St. John, New Brunswick is the largest refinery in Canada.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's one in Prince George, but we get most of ours from Lloydminster, Edmonton area.
Yeah, Sherwood Park.
Is that where they are? That's still basically Edmonton, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an outlying area, right?
Yeah.
Like Burnaby, Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have fun, Chris. Farming is fun.
There's some stuff in Redwater and then Fort Saskatchewan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fort Saskatchewan, I used to have to haul stuff there from Ontario, like parts that they're needed for this upgrade.
And Fort Saskatchewan has a lot of what do you call it? Plastics.
Yeah.
They produce a lot of
Yeah. Adam, I don't know anybody that could live on $1,200 a month. Like if you had to pay rent for anything, like here, you can't find a place to rent for even the crappiest apartment is $900.
Well, and I like my basement suite. I charge $1,000, and I'm low.
Yeah, but you're probably also illegal.
Yeah, most of the suites in Lethbridge are illegal.
Yeah, here too.
But I know other people. Like my buddy's got a whole bunch of illegal suites, and he's getting 12 to 14. My thought is I'd rather keep the person I have.
Yeah.
That I know is taking care of the place instead of having a turnover.
Yeah. And he's a good guy. Like,
yeah, kind of.
You guys, Adam, I don't think that if the U.S. used all of their oil and pumped all of their oil, I think they're looking at the future thing. I really don't believe there'd be 600 years of it. Like even we just had a whole bunch of operations shut down up here because of the fracking. They're starting to hit like these pretty big earthquakes. So they're like in the Fort St. John area, they've had to shut down like a lot of oil and gas operations until they figure out what's going on with the fracking, because it's causing like 4.8 magnitude quakes just from doing it. So it's like, how badly do you want to damage your own land when you can have the Saudis damage their land, and then you
Well,
buy the oil cheap from them?
and we're in the same shape. Like we've
Yep.
got a lot of oil here, but yet
Yep.
all the refineries in Sarnia are using Saudi oil.
Yeah. Yeah. Underneath Sarnia, there's a massive well that they just keep filling up with foreign oil.
Well, there's also that big offshore in Newfoundland.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's but this one in Sarnia, I didn't realize. So they drained it like however long ago, and they just keep filling it up so that our country always has a reserve of oil. And the states do that too. Like they just stockpile as much cheap foreign oil as they can, because it costs so much money to drill it for themselves. And I agree that they should be. Like if I was the leader of a country, I would try and put as many people to work. If you're burning the oil anyhow, especially when everything's like shifting towards other fuels, you're not going to need that oil. So to me, I would think, get as much of it as you can and quit supporting all of these foreign governments, especially governments that don't align with your way of life or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Well, I've said it for a long time, and I'm going to say it again. It's controversial, but the thing that ruined Canada was the North American Free Trade Agreement. I actually want tariffs back. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt at first, but then it's going to increase jobs in Canada. It's going to increase jobs in the United States. It's going to take some jobs away from Mexico, but I don't care.
I don't think it'll take too many from Mexico.
Right? But we lost 3 Midas tire plants in Canada because of NAFTA.
Midas?
Not Midas.
Michelin?
Michelin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we lost 3 Michelin tire plants, and they were big on the East Coast.
Yeah, we lost some Goodyear ones too in Ontario.
And then you look at the big 3 automakers. They used to make cars in Southern Ontario, and they were making the same cars in the United States.
Yeah,
they were just calling them different things. So like a Pontiac Catalina in the States was a Pontiac Parisienne in Canada. Identical.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they weren't Parisiennes down there.
Yeah.
Adam, the problem is that the prices wouldn't go down because people in the States get paid so well for working in the oil field, whereas the Saudis get paid nothing, or the Russians or whoever you're getting your oil from, they're buying it from the cheapest places just so that they can make huge profits. The only thing it would help is giving people jobs, good paying jobs.
Hey, Cruiser.
What's going on there, buddy? Oh, you're at work, so no sound. So I guess he couldn't hear me saying that.
Yeah, he's just watching mid-roll ads and.
$3.49, is that the price of gas a gallon?
Yeah, well, when I was in the States, I seen prices as high as $4.09 a gallon, which was incredible.
That is, well, I mean, that's amazing for me because I think we're at $1.60 a liter.
Well, and that was the highest I found, like in Montana, which is just like an hour away.
Yeah,
it was like $2.59 a gallon.
Really?
Yeah, but in Alberta, we're paying almost double. It's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Well, I mean, whatever. To me, I like, it doesn't really bother me because the gas prices have always fluctuated, but it's they've never they'll go down sometimes quite a bit, but it doesn't stay that way for long.
BC's always been high.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it doesn't matter where you live though. It's like in Alberta, what I found what I did like about Alberta was the well, this was when Ralph Klein was in.
King Ralph.
Everything was like normal, and then we come across the border. So like, say I had a buddy that lived in Grand Prairie, and then we were going down to southern BC to go fishing on a long weekend, and so I met him in Grand Prairie, and then we drove down, and he says, yeah, that's right, Mac. But when we get into BC, all of a sudden you have rest areas. You've got lots of nice viewpoint pullouts and stuff with toilets at it, and he was always like marveling at how amazing it was to drive down the highways in BC because of all the like cool scenery and everything. Whereas in Alberta, they're not blowing all their money on $1 million shitters.
Right.
Like we have several what they call $1 million shitters because that's how much it eventually costs to build the toilets. And this isn't like recently, like 20 years ago it cost them $1 million to build a roadside rest stop. Like, so, it's nice, but you're paying for it. Like everybody's paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that's where a lot of the gas taxes and like the road taxes and stuff goes to, is just for fixing up, making people want to come and drive around on our roads. But I don't know.
But yet you guys have no shoulders.
It depends on which government's in when they build the road.
Oh,
what do we need to settle, Cruiser?
Oh, we're in trouble.
Oh, he can't hear us. I don't know why we're talking to him. I'll just sign. I guess we'll just wait till he. Oh,
it's Stern.
It's Stern. Yeah. Well, he can't hear us. Tell him it's Stern. Oh, he's got. There. Now he can hear us. Good. I had that problem too, Cruiser, except for then when he added me as a friend on Facebook, I'm like, who is this Vern Gibson? And then I saw, like, I don't know, it was like a recent thing. He had posted a picture or something, and somebody said, oh, that looks cool or something, Uncle Steve. And I was like, Steve? Like, what the? Then I found out it was him.
I have a theory. I think he is like wanted by the FBI or something, and he's got aliases.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it is. He did say that it was because he loves Vernon and he drinks Gibsons. Which I don't know too many people that drink Gibsons, but I don't even know if I've ever tried it. I like the bottle.
Witness protection program.
Cruiser, you got to be retiring soon. You're old.
Well, he's not in palliative care yet, so he's waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, they haven't got his bed for him. Ricky Bobby. Oh, I used to love Ryan Ginger. When I drank pop, like sugar pop a lot, I could never understand why anybody would drink whiskey without pop. Just tired. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Summer's almost here, though.
And then you can be tired in the sun.
Well, you can be tired with longer days. When you only have 6 hours of daylight, like you understand, like I'm just tired, like it's dark all the time. But when it's 13 or 14 hours of daylight, it's much nicer being tired.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love Weiser's Deluxe and Ginger was my go-to, and then I switched to that Sailor Jerry spiced rum and ginger, and then I realized that that didn't work very well for me because I'd get blackout drunk. I think because it tasted so good that I would just keep drinking it.
Oh,
Cloverdale. Nice.
Yes. Matt, Cruiser Mac, are you going to the Red Deer swap meet March 22nd?
Not if you're going to be there.
Huh?
I said, not if you're going to be there. Oh.
Maybe I should just pretend I won't be there, and then he'll show up, and I'll say, "Hey, Cruiser Mac, hey, will you sign my skull? Would you
There's a
autograph?"
good chance he will be.
Yeah. Oh, Red Deer. There's a big swap meet, March. It's either the 21st, 22nd. It's the Saturday of that weekend, and there's a huge swap meet, car parts and cars, and
if there was any trees in Red Deer, I would say send your arborist vices out there to sell, but there's nothing to cut down.
Lethbridge was okay, but the new building's not as good as the old building.
Why don't they stay in the old building then?
March, not May. March. Well, there might be another one in May, but it's not as good as the March one.
Billy Bob's what?
Billy Bob's.
You thinking of Red Deer, Alabama?
I'm going to look this up. Billy Bob's Red Deer. Yeah, it's still there. But hey, TripAdvisor has a 1-star review on it. So yeah, it sounds like fantastic.
I honestly never stopped in Red Deer. I've never had the urge to stop there for
Gasoline Alley, man. What a fantastic place.
What is it?
It's called Gasoline Alley.
Oh yeah, no, I've been through it, but I just never stopped. It's crazy, but I don't know of anything there I need to go to.
Right. No, there's nothing in Red Deer.
Well, that's the thing. It's got Calgary and Edmonton. The only time I ever go through Red Deer is going from Calgary to Edmonton, and what's in Red Deer that you can't get at those places.
Right. Well, you get a larger concentration of bikers and a really high crime rate. And
that's what I've been
one time it was the drunk driving capital of Canada per capita.
Nice. Wet teeth. Yeah, that was probably what it was. I never see gun shows.
Fine, be like that.
Oh, he's not coming in March then.
Mm-hmm.
CAVAC swap meet. I'd like to get a swap meet going where people come and swap me for all the crap I have that I don't need for stuff that I do need.
Yes, can I trust anybody in this broken TV?
Yeah. Oh man. I had one guy said he goes, well, what do you want for? I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was these scaffolding tags. He goes, what do you want for those? I said, make me an offer. And he's like, well, I don't know. I don't really have any use for them. I said, neither do I. So I'm pretty sure whatever offer you give me, I said, just offer to trade me something because I can use anything more than I can use 10 boxes of scaffolding tags.
Yeah, they really didn't sell well, eh?
No, I still got them sitting there. So if
he didn't offer you anything.
What's that?
He didn't offer you anything.
No. I'm like, why would you even ask? Like, I'm basically telling you that if you hand me $10 or your jacket, you can have all of these holding tags.
Maybe you'll have to use it for starting your fire at the campsite.
You know what I'm gonna do with them is make an art installation
of scaffold tags.
Yeah, scaffold tags.
Oh yeah.
I'll donate them to the Peace Valley Art Society and tell them, like, hey, there's a contest. Whoever makes the best scaffolding tag sculpture wins. And then I just give them more scaffolding tags.
And then people from at least like 3 miles away will come and see this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, possibly from Barrel Prairie. That's like 11 miles away.
Wow.
But they don't have anything else to do up there. So.
He might even put HH on the map.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I should do something with. That's what I should do, is just start like having contests, like put contests on there saying like anybody take this stuff and make the coolest thing you can out of it, and you'll win a prize, and the prize will just be some more crap that I don't need.
Hey guys, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Get HH Recycling up to 1,000 subs, and you can get a box full of scaffold tags.
Yep. And there's going to be some guy going, you know what? I've always wanted to start a scaffolding company, and tags are a big expense. My boss's kid is actually a scaffolder. I should. He's been working for like a year at it. I should see if he wants them, then he can trade them for hours or something. So he's going to the gun show. I already have more guns than I shoot.
So I know what's his face here, Just Right Recycling.
Oh yeah,
he knows about this. So Sunday I'm like chilling out at home, and all of a sudden my buddy is sending me this video. Just Right is sending me this video, and it's me, but not me.
What?
Guy looks exactly like me, and he's dancing in a stadium. So his name is John Drury. He's called the Dancing Trucker. But he's got the same mustache, the same glasses. He wears the cutoff shirts. And he looks identical to me. He's chubby. I would have sent it to you, but you don't like being sent stuff like from TikTok or Reels. So I just avoided the whole being called an a-hole.
Is he only on Facebook? If that's the case, I don't care about that asshole.
No, he's on TikTok.
Well, I don't. Why can't here he is on YouTube. John Drury, the Dancing Trucker. Visit. Oh, that's a 2 hour and 10-minute video. The necessary entrepreneur. The necessary entrepreneur welcomes John the Dancing Trucker Drury. John is a super spreader of joy and social media sensation. Oh, he became a Zumba instructor.
So I may do a video on this. I don't know.
Well, I'll send you this link so you can learn more about him personally.
But I just find it very strange that all of a sudden there's someone that looks like this. That's not this.
Just a second, I have to go back to the stream here. Looks like what? Oh,
like this, but it's
not. Oh, I thought you were sharing your screen with the guy.
No, I don't know how to share the screen. Are you kidding me?
Right at the bottom, present.
Oh.
Here, I'll do it.
You do it.
Okay. Let me see here.
You don't know how to do it either.
StreamYard, share my screen. And right there. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah.
That's him. No glasses, though.
You didn't put up a video. Well, you're useless.
Oh, you want the video?
Yeah, put up a video so you can see. Put up a video. I don't care which one.
No, because these are all on Facebook, and if I click on a Facebook thing, it deadens my soul a little bit. You can get a video and share it.
Yeah, I'm not going to tattoo my head.
Okay, so copy. There. Oh, I guess I can actually share that right in there. That's for you to go look at later. It's a 2 hour and 10 minute interview with the dancing trucker. So when you do your video, you will know everything you need to know about him. I know that excites you.
Well, I'm thinking I could be like the dancing scrapper.
I don't know. I saw you that one video you danced, and I was like, Jerry thought you had good moves though.
Oh, that
You were out in the carport or something like.
yeah. Yeah, I had just evicted an tenant and they had just left. So I had the celebration song and I was dancing.
Was that like before Tyler?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Tyler had been there since you were on YouTube.
No, that was even on YouTube. Remember, my sweetie sent it to you directly.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, but what? So that was older then.
Yeah, you turn around, used it in a video somewhere.
No, I don't know if I don't think I did.
I think it did.
Man, I don't know. I don't remember.
It would have been the wannabe days.
Oh yeah, maybe. I know that I showed it to Jerry, and she was like, "Oh, he's got the moves."
Or maybe it was on the live. Yeah, maybe it was
Take it easy, Adam. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks for coming.
Hope your neck's better.
If not,
I thought actually there was another video. I think I watched the.
If your neck doesn't get better, amputate from the chin down.
I can't even remember. There's like just because I've been driving so much, I've just been letting videos play through while I'm driving. But the guy, my co-worker there, he's on day shift now, so that's just me at night. So I've just been going out and poking holes in barriers to let the water drain out because the ice is blocking it up and stuff. I don't know, what's it like down south, guys? It must be.
We have no snow left.
What's that?
We have no snow left, and the roads are dry.
No, I just wondered about like down in Kelowna area, the Okanagan, and I imagine it's warmer than here, but you never know.
Everything is warmer than Hudson Hope.
We still have like this. The yards are still covered in snow here. Oh, up in the hills. So everything down in the valley would be probably they're already got cherries growing probably down there.
I didn't know that they even get snow in the Okanagan.
Oh yeah.
Really, eh?
Yeah, they don't get. Well, I shouldn't say they don't get. They rarely get hard frosts and stuff. I think that's why the fruit trees, like everything, grows so well there. But yeah, there's some years. I think last year was a year where like frost killed all the cherry blossoms or something. Yeah, we're getting highs of 7 to 10 too, but we just had so much snow and the ground is still frozen, so like I'll go out on the road, we'll salt and everything, and then by the time evening hits, even though it's +4, the ground is still so cold it freezes everything to the ground. It's
so for the coming week, we've got highs of 13 to 17.
Oh man, you suck.
Yeah.
I don't know what ours are. Like, I'm pretty sure that we're supposed to have like highs of 7 today. But that's probably all. I think it goes back to like 0, below 0, like for highs.
The beginning of the month.
Yeah, so today the high is 5. Oh no, it's going down below 0 at nights, but it's still staying above 0 during the day.
So,
but
my buddy just did the Coquihalla yesterday, and he said it was fantastic.
Yeah, You never know there. It's so high.
Like he did Vancouver to Lethbridge in 10 hours.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's booking it.
Yeah. I like the Coke, but just driving truck, it can really suck. Like you'll be going along and everything's really nice, and then you get up to the top and it's 3 feet of snow. Like your the plows are out, but you're spinning out, you're chained up.
Hey,
Rafael.
Rafael.
The yeah, it's like I don't know. I always take the canyon in the winter if I can, just because I don't like chaining up. Yeah, they're when I was living in Chilliwack and like trucking out of there, we always had to take for this one company. We always had to take the Coke because it was faster, and but like we were getting paid by the load, so we didn't get extra money to have to stop and chain up a few times. And so I remember I didn't really know how to use chains because I was from Ontario, and so I'm just giving her, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, I'm spinning out, and the guy's like, yeah, you better get your chains on. So I was like, oh,
How do I do that?
I've done this once. Like, so I lost one of the chains like halfway up the hill.
So when you were doing that, did you run into like Jamie Davis?
Who's Jamie Davis?
The Highway to Hell guy.
Oh, the tow truck guy? No, I don't. I doubt it. I don't. I watched. I think I watched that show a couple times. That's the one with the. I forget what they called it. It was this massive truck, tow truck. Like it was a.
It was called a rotator.
Rotator, and it had like a big crane on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy looking machine. I bet you that was a pretty penny.
Yeah. Like, I didn't really care for the personalities, but I did really enjoy watching them rescuing these machinery. Like,
oh yeah, they're like, it's like a fine art. I don't know it, but
and sometimes they would have 2 or 3 of those rotators on a job at a time.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Where the snow sheds down by Hope there, Mac? Or I can't actually remember exactly where they're down south though. Is there? I think there's only the one set of snow sheds, isn't there? Yeah, that I was really when a guy coming from Ontario.
Hi, Aries.
Oh, hey, Aries Acres. Guy coming from Ontario with like no even real hills. To go out to that was like a real eye opener. The first time I went out that way, I was just like, this is just crazy. Cab of the moment. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen some awful wrecks. There was one I saw by oh, not Rebels, Golden. And the guy he forgot to strap down his load of OSB. He had like sheets of OSB and he didn't strap it down, and he flipped and dumped like OSB all over the ditch. Like it was just everywhere. They were all like sheets just everywhere.
Hi, Sean.
Oh, hey, Scrap and Junk. Sean Rad. How's your cold? But yeah, so I was a couple years later, I was going through it. The guy at the Golden Scales had a picture of that wreck up, and I said, "Oh, I remember that wreck." I said, "What happened with that guy?" He said, "Oh, he got fired immediately, but he said a local company hired him." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, you think he's ever going to make that mistake again?" And they figured that anybody who got that load of OSB from Slocan all the way to Golden without losing a sheet is a pretty good driver.
You know what? If I ever opened up a plumbing supply store in Golden, I would call it Golden Showers.
Well, you get a few customers on the trail. They get there and they just feel embarrassed, so they buy something. Oh, I've been really lucky with colds. The only one I got this year was when I went home for Christmas.
See, I haven't had any colds this year, but I've had nose leakage.
Yeah, that's
But
just
no
from the
full
cocaine.
blown colds, eh?
Yeah, I've had like a couple times where you wake up with that dry sore throat and you're like, oh no, but yeah, nothing ever came of it.
Yeah, which is really fortunate because I don't want to be sick around my mom right now. So
No, for sure. I don't want to be sick anyways. Like,
right,
but I'm actually, I should knock on wood, but yeah, I was just thinking that like when Sean was saying his was beating him up, I'm like, oh yeah, it's. But even when I had the one back home, it wasn't nearly like Jerry had it bad. I think she might have had a flu or something. I just had like a few days of coughs and sniffles and headaches, but that was it. Pretty nice.
yeah, and it's hard to tell if you got a cold or a methamphetamine habit. So
Yeah.
the two are so close together, right?
That you get the drip.
Yeah.
Oh man, what's the 10:16? So this is I'm having a nice relaxing day. I can't wait. I don't know how to get I'm gonna get that coffee machine out of my truck. Like I gotta get for some reason I put Jerry's sheet of plexiglass underneath. People are getting off the plane from India and going straight to. Yeah,
I can't see
that's
anything
not
going
just happening now,
bad.
Cruiser. That's been happening for years and years. That was happening when I lived there in the late '90s.
As long as it's trucks and not flight schools.
Yeah. The problem is that there's not enough, and I don't know what it pays now for like long haul trucking, but back then it was not good money and no life. Like you have absolutely no life. So I understand why they do it. Like, they can come from a real shithole country like India. And, sometimes they had 3 guys all living in the same truck and just driving 24 hours a day everywhere. I don't agree with it, but I understand why.
It's funny you say that, Stern. My wife's an insurance broker here in Alberta, and she's constantly busting people that are sharing a driver's license to get insurance.
Oh, really? I've seen them get busted at the scales in Washington for sharing a driver's license, and then they just let them go anyhow because they started. I guess they're a member of some group where the lawyers just go and take everybody to court for racism or whatever. Like,
Yeah, and then
so the guy just let him go, and then he was trying to charge me for being there too early because I was oversized. My permit was like for a certain time, and I was there like 2 hours before the time. So he was like, "Oh, you couldn't have been inside the state. You've been driving illegally. We're gonna write you up." I said, "Holy crap! You just had a guy with one driver's license and 2 people, and you let them go." He goes, "Yeah, well, my boss just told us we have to."
yeah, we just shipped one of those guys back to India.
Who?
The one that killed all those kids in Lagbolt, Saskatchewan.
Oh, I thought it was a white guy.
No, he was a new Canadian.
Oh, and yes, Rafael, they are still using the horn instead of blinkers. I'm going to tell you a gross story of new Canadian trucking. From I was down in Abbotsford at the Freightliner dealership, and these guys come in there screaming, and the guy behind the counter was East Indian, but you can tell from his accent he has been in Canada for either all his life or most of it. And these guys come in and they're like yelling at him, and so then he kicks them all out. He says, "Get your truck and get out of here." So I said, like, what was that all about? And he said, "Oh, they cut a hole in the floor and they just take shits through the floor." and he said that voids their warranty. So they have this new truck that now they. But he said what happened is they pulled the truck in, and then the mechanic went to go underneath. So it's the hole's right above the drive shaft, so it's spraying all over the bottom of the truck and that. And the mechanic just said, "Get out of here." So the guy was freaking out because it was all in Punjabi or whatever they were talking in. And the guy, he said, like, no, he said, well, if you just spend $125,000 on a truck and you found out you voided your warranty just over being lazy, wouldn't you be mad too? I was like, well, yeah, I guess. But yeah, so that was it. Like, that was no more warranty for you.
So Tyler was telling me now in Alberta, the mechanics are phoning directly to the police when they catch those trapdoors.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, because that's insane. Like you really can't stop. Like if you're pricing, like you're undercutting people so badly that you can't stop to use the washroom. Like that's crazy.
Well, and in Fort Saskatchewan, there was some gravel haulers. They were going between Sherwood Park and Fort Saskatchewan. They were actually and they're all of the same race.
Yeah.
And they were actually smashing trucks together, trying to get the other guy to slow down so they could get an extra load. Yeah.
What the hell? Just a second.
Okay, we'll wait here. Okay, I don't think he's coming back. It's been a long time. I'm scrapping a cash drawer. I found. Wow.
Oh, not an emergency.
Wow.
What?
Look at this.
Sweet.
Okay, I take 10%, by the way.
Yeah, you're gonna get your $4.60 in the mail. I just heard water running, but it was the shower, the plunger for the shower, I guess, was up, and then it must have just fell down and the water all ran out of the tap. But I just thinking like, oh, did I leave something on?
At least the roof didn't open up and.
Oh, I know. Oh man. So what else? What's everybody else been doing? Cruiser, you've been scrapping anything? I know you haven't been filming it if you have.
Cruiser's on strike.
What's that?
Cruiser's on strike.
Yeah. Vernon swap meet. Is that a good one? The Vernon one? Because we do like Vernon.
How far is Vernon from Lethbridge?
Well, Vernon's pretty close to like Kelowna. It's north there, like so I don't know, what would that be, like 7 hours? Maybe
8 hours to 2 minutes. So yeah, no, I'm not going that one.
It's only 7 hours for you.
Right. The recommended speed is...
I got I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna pull a bunch of stuff and make a trip to a swap meet. I just don't know what the closest big enough swap meet would be. I don't know if maybe they have some in the Grand Prairie or something, or Prince George. Is there like a website for swap meets and flea markets and stuff? Do you know?
I think it's called Google.
No, but there's got to be a thing where there's got to be a circuit, right, where vendors just go from like swap meet to swap meet and.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
So just when you search swap meets, though, make sure you put the meat in there and not
wife.
Wife, yeah, because you might get...
Harrison's. Oh, Sean Rad's gets to scrap in the garage. That's nice. All right, so let me just see here. Harrison's BC. Oh yeah, that must be a big one because all I put in was Swap Meets BC, and that was the first one that popped up. Harrison's and Vernon.
Harrison's auto event list.
Oh, there's a Facebook page for British Columbia Swap Meets. Yeah, anyways, that's going to take a while to research that, I guess.
But I don't know. When I drive through BC, like on number 3,
Yeah.
there's basically a swap meet in every yard. Like nobody throws anything away there. It's like it's in everybody's yards.
Here it's like that too because they don't like the scrapyard so far away that but it's not worth it. So what they do is a lot of the places here they'll wait until the scrap prices are way up, and then they'll haul a bunch of stuff. But some guys are like, there was a guy went to this flat Earth guy. I'm sure I've told you about him. They went out to his place. He's got like D8 dozers, like from the 60s and 70s, just laying all over the place. Excavators, none of it works. And this guy went in there and he thought, oh, this is a gold mine. So he goes in, he's like, hey, like I'd like to haul that scrap metal and split with you whatever we get. And he's like, get out of here, that's my stuff. Like, but he's in his 70s and he'll never have a use for this stuff. He just will not let it go. Because you never know when you might want to get that 67 D7 going again.
Well, does BC not have any mobile, squishing machines?
Crushers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you can't crush it. You can't crush equipment like that. Like it's just too heavy steel. Like, so they just haul. They have to cut them apart, like in chunks, and haul the tracks away, haul bits and pieces. If you had a crane or something, you could get it onto a low bed, but like cranes are pretty expensive. But yeah, like up here, it's just. Even just for me to go to the scrapyard, but our scrapyard will come to you and they'll clean it all up. And then they just charge you for the hauling and the loading and everything, and then pay you whatever's left over. Or you can haul it yourself if you've got a big enough trailer that you can make it worth it. But I don't know what the shred price is here, but last I checked, it was 5 cents a pound, not really worth hauling anything.
I noticed last night on the marketplace there's a dump trailer for $1,800.
What?
Yeah, and I'm thinking this thing must be stolen.
A tandem?
Yeah.
That's nice. Or there's something really wrong with it.
Right. It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, especially there. I could see if it was in a poor district or something like, where nobody's got any money, but.
Mm-hmm. So I was thinking of pulling the pin, but I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stay away from it. There's something wrong.
$30 a ton down there. Yeah, I priced out a new one there last year, and it was $14,000 up here for a tandem. Yeah, go get yourself some craft dinner.
Now you can retire.
We're always a little bit more than down south because pretty well everything's made down there and then gets hauled up here, so they charge you $1,000 or whatever to get the trailers and stuff up here.
Yeah, well, we have a few trailer manufacturers here in Lethbridge, but it's the prices are still high.
Yeah, and we don't have anybody that there's welders that will make you a trailer, but I can't even imagine what that would cost. Like,
because we got Southland trailer, we got Mustang trailers here.
Oh yeah, we have like C&V trailer sales and rentals, and then there's this other one down in Taylor, and I think there's a couple around, but they're not made here. Like they're all
no, those were manufacturers. The scrap prices were
Yeah.
the way to go. Cheap to insure a trailer versus a truck.
Yeah,
What, you
exactly.
have to insure a trailer?
Not in Alberta. It's $50 a year here for my little trailers. I'm thinking I might take the little trailer to go get that tractor and just take the car, because all I have to get is the tractor, and it's 7 feet long, but that's with the handles.
How much weight?
It's like 600 pounds.
Oh yeah, I should be able to handle that.
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, rather than like that truck, it cost me $170 for 2 trips to town. Like,
Ouch.
I know. Like,
Wow.
I filled up. Yeah. And I think if you get like a big, I know for like the low beds and stuff, they go by it's more, but I think it's still relatively affordable.
This is why you don't put the name on the side of stuff.
No, but
then
if you have a
it's
company, you
personal
have
use.
to. What's that?
Because then it's personal use.
Yeah, I know, but that's the problem. Then you can't, for in BC anyhow, like you have to, if you're insuring it with, if your company owns it, they have to give you your sticker, like your inspection sticker and everything for the side. But you were talking about that not for hire thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you don't have a company, then you can just say not for hire, and then you save money on your insurance and that, but you just can't make any money with it.
You had a car trailer and you got rid of it, and now you've been wanting another trailer, but you can't have one.
Trailers go under car insurance.
Yes, for me, that's how it works. Your car is your insurance on your trailer.
We don't, I don't even know if ours is classified as insurance or just registration. Like you have to register your trailer
right.
every year.
You guys have government blah blahs, right? So
Yeah.
ICBC, horrible idea.
Yeah, but like if I get into an accident with a trailer on my vehicle, then it's covered under my vehicle insurance. But if it gets stolen, it's covered under the whatever $50 that you pay. I don't know. I had Ontario insurance. I don't know what other provinces are like, but I don't mind ICBC. Like for people here say it's so expensive, but it's no different than when I lived in Ontario. Like, except for here, you just don't have to worry about choosing. Like, you don't have to phone around to your brokers all the time. I used to have to phone my brokers every 2 to 3 years because they just slowly jack the prices up on you, and then you'd have to like start phoning around and then switch insurance companies and go. Like, it was just a pain. Here it's just kind of like, oh well, whatever, it is what it is.
I don't know. I like our system. I don't like government. So
yeah, no, I know. 6,500 US for 14. Oh, that's nice. Oh, used. That scrap. I remember like when I first watched Scrapping with Grandpa, he bought a trailer, I think, or he was selling a dump trailer for $3,000 US. I don't know what his was or whatever it was, but
exactly.
yeah. I have a Alberta boat trail. Well, I was telling you about it. You were gonna see if you could just switch it or something and for me, but yeah, I bought a boat with a trailer, and the trailer's registered in Alberta, but I don't have the paperwork for it.
Oh, right. I can write you a bill of sale for it.
But you aren't the last owner.
Doesn't matter. You don't need that in Alberta. We do not have titles. Everything's on bill of sale.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, it's E-Waste Mike.
Hey, buddy.
I thought we were too early for you. I guess 10:34 is not too early. Oh no, it's not 10:34 where he is.
Yeah, just let me know. I'll write you a bill of sale for that trailer. Give me this VIN number and I'll have it out to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Because yeah, if I can not, I know the guy is around here, but like I'm pretty sure he's a sort of a crackpot kind of a guy.
Oh,
And I know his sister, and I said, "Oh yeah, I got his trailer here." So, but I said I kind of need to get a signature, and she said, "Oh yeah, I don't know. He's like, he's kind of weird that way." I
don't you
said, "What do you
feel?
mean?" She goes, "Well, he's already signed it once. He's not going to sign it again." I said, "Yeah, but he signed it for a guy that sold it to me. Like, he didn't sign it over to me. But this guy who bought it never registered it, so he can't sign it over to me either."
So hey, don't you feel special
I do.
when there's nothing else to do?
I
Anything
find
else
that
at
hard to believe,
all?
though.
Then he'll come and see us. That's awesome. I love you too, Mike.
I'm sure there's other stuff he could do.
Well, and then there's Scrap It All that doesn't even show up.
No, well, we know he's got shit to do, literally.
Yeah.
He does have time for that.
He's usually here. He just lurks in the background, usually, Mr. Mike.
Oh yeah,
Just to see
just
if we'll
waiting
say,
to see if we talk about him.
yeah. But really, he needs to realize he's not that important. So,
I just want to know if he's made up with his helper, and also if his helper watches his videos and knows all of the bad stuff he says about it. I'm just sitting there thinking, like, I wonder if that guy just goes home to watch for an E-Waste Mike video and see see all the stuff he says.
but really, you know.
Oh, he says it to his face. Oh.
Okay, well, at least you're not a backstabber.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love that where he's like, idiot. I'd like to meet the guy, and then you find out the guy's a senior citizen, and I feel kind of like Mike's doing elder abuse, but
Right. But oh well.
Yeah. So what else is going on in your world? I know all your mom stuff, but any big scrap projects coming up, or how's your shop coming?
Non-existent right now because of all my mom stuff.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's one battle after another after another.
Yeah. I thought Mike was 61. Maybe senior citizens are 60 in the States. I don't know. We're not allowed to be seniors until we're 65, right?
No, you can get like a discounted Value Village at 55.
I've been reading some bad things about Value Village these days.
Yeah, I am the executor. I've also got her enduring power of attorney and her personal directive.
Her what? Personal what?
Directive?
Oh. 55 and up. Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, no, Value Village is not a good company.
No, I didn't know that. I guess they've been misleading the public into letting people believe that they're a charity.
Right.
So people are donating all of this stuff to Value Village, and then it turns out it's an American-owned for-profit company.
Right, and they're so like it's for diabetes, right?
Yeah.
But so what they do is they donate like 6 cents a pound of stuff that they receive to diabetes.
Maybe the local one does, but like as a company, I was reading up and I read a statement by their company saying, we do not donate to, this does not go to a charity. This is all for profit. I didn't know that. I thought it was like but yeah, they've been illegally doing it for years and years, I guess, misleading people to believe that they are donating this money to charities, but they're not.
They're owned by Savers in the States.
Yeah. Free coffee at 55. Oh man, I got 2 more years. I can't wait. I love McDonald's coffee.
Yeah, and you can order your pie at a different time than your coffee.
Yeah, Goodwill. I used to go down to Goodwills in the States and pick up like truckloads of baled clothing. that was all getting shipped to Africa. And the guy, so like I said, like, I can't believe, and this is just like a truckload coming out of one Goodwill. And so I said to the guy, I said, so like all of this stuff's no good. Or I said, there must be some good clothes in here. He goes, no, it all gets cut up for rags in Africa, and then they ship it, all over the world. And I said, so they just donate this? He said, oh no, they don't donate anything. He said, like, these companies buy it. They use the cheap labor, basically slave labor in Africa. They have this stuff all cut up into your boxes of rags and bags of rags and stuff, and then they get all shipped back over here. But he said the people, he said there's nothing good in them, because he said before they even get out to the shelves, every volunteer at the Value Village or the Goodwill or whatever, they go through and they pick out all of the stuff and they sell it on Facebook, they sell it on eBay, like they sell all this stuff. And then whatever stuff they don't want gets put out on the shelves. And then people buy that. But he said, like, our CEO makes whatever it was. And this is like over 20 years ago. The guy was making 850 grand a year. And I'm like, what? That's not good for a charity. And he goes, it's not a charity.
Yeah. Well, and I know, like, behind our Value Village, they have a trash bin with a compactor because they want everything broken when it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's crazy.
Well, instead, and they won't even put stuff on sale. They'll, where, like any other thrift shop, they'll say, oh, yellow tags are 50% off. No, that's not an option at Value Village. It's like,
yeah. So I'm not gonna. Well, we don't have a Value Village here anyhow, but
well, be thankful. It's a horrible place, and they're overpriced.
that's what I've heard.
A lot of times they'll have like a piece of clothing with the original price tag, and the Value Village price tag is more than the original price. Seen that so many times. The dollar store.
Our local thrift store did that once, where I was looking for some T-shirts, and I think it's George is the Walmart brand or something like that. And there was this T-shirt, and it was new, and it says on the tag, new, $14. And I'm like, $14? I said, I'll bet you this T-shirt was only $8 at Walmart.
Yeah, and yeah, it's all garbage.
It's all a scam. Whenever they can figure out a way to exploit something, they do. Even that MCC thrift shop that in Fort St. John, I went into them and I said, what do you guys do with all of your like scrap electronics and stuff? Yeah, that's right. And they said, well, it goes to the dump. And I said, oh, well, I would be willing to make a donation. Like if you wanted to hang on to it, I'll come in, pick the stuff up and pay you, per pound or whatever. Like we'll weigh it out. And I said, depending on what it is, it's not going to, I mean, like if it's old TVs and stuff, you're not going to get much for that. But if it was computers, you'd get a little more. So the manager was like, oh, that's excellent. And she said, can you leave me your card? So I did. And then like 3 days later, I get an email from a guy at their head office somewhere. And I didn't realize it was like this huge corporation, this Mennonite community, whatever it is. And so I explained to him what I do. And then he said, well, what kind of volume can you do? And I said, well, I guess I can do whatever volume you have, but I said, I'm just a small company. And so then he sends me an email back and he said, he goes, no, I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to do business with you. And that was it. And I'm like, okay, so you're getting nothing and you're having to haul it to the dump, or somebody's willing to donate to your thrift store and come and pick it up and take it away for you, and you won't do business with them. Like, so then I'm like, well, I talked to the lady in town there. She goes, well, are you going to be able to come and get the stuff? I said, no, I'm sorry. And And she said, "Oh, well, because when I talked to the general manager, he said that like if you were a recycling company that was like Canada wide, that they would deal with you." And I'm like, "Well, that makes no sense. Your individual store could be making a bit of money and not costing you anything to haul this stuff away, but you won't deal with me because I'm not a or a national, like a corporation that recycles. Like, I don't know. Makes no sense to me. I don't know this MCC thrift, but that is the BC way, Cruiser. You're right. I don't know I could look up that MCC. It must be like a pretty big.
We have one here.
Oh, they're in Alberta too. Yeah, well, let me.
It's run by the Mennonites, I think.
Yeah, it's Mennonite community or something like that.
And then we also have something called Mission Thrift.
Mission thrift.
Yeah, so they buy Bibles for, I don't know, but I call it Bibles for millions because everything is so overpriced in that store. It's
Yeah. Oh wow. This MCC is not. It's a relief service and peace agency representing 15 Mennonite Brethren in Christ and Amish bodies in North America. The U.S. headquarters are located in Akron, Pennsylvania, and the Canadian headquarters are Winnipeg, Manitoba. But it was founded in Chicago, Illinois.
oh,
I honestly just thought it was like local Mennonites for up until this whole thing started. When the guy, because wherever he was, I can't remember. I think he was in Kamloops or something like that. And the guy who emailed me, but yeah. So I don't know. I guess maybe they're doing good work. I don't know or if this is just like they're just making money off of it.
so in Vermilion, Alberta,
Yeah,
there was a thrift shop called Goodwill. It was just run by the community, right?
yeah.
And then the Goodwill Corporation, which didn't even have a thrift shop in that town, turned around and sued this little thrift shop for everything they were worth
Really?
because of the use of the name Goodwill.
That's crazy.
And this little thrift shop, that's all they did was like total charity. It was like, and they just ran them right off the planet.
Yeah. No, it's just crazy. Like, man, that's just like one story about all these big corporations going after somebody. And I understand like if somebody's trying to exploit it, but I mean for something like that, it's not
Where they could have just turned around and did like, a cease and assist or,
yeah. Yeah, you need to
know,
change your name to something else. Like,
yeah.
so this Mennonite Central Committee in Canada, anyhow, the I guess year 2022 is the last year that they've got here. It received 40.8 million Canadian in donations. It received 7 million in government funding.
Of course they
1.3 million. What's that?
Of course they did.
Yeah, 1.3 million in international donations. MCC Canada's total revenue includes 38.4 million in funding from provincial Mennonite Central Committees through a predetermined revenue sharing agreement. They spent 32.9 million on its programs and grants, which is 65% of the revenue. The charity recorded a surplus of 15.1 million, which is 30% of the revenue. Administrative costs are 5% of total revenue. Well, that's not bad. Fundraising costs are 18%. So as far as charities go, they're not as horrible as a lot of them. Like you look at some of those cancer ones where they're fundraising and administration is like 80% of their.
Well, and that's the thing, you can buy off even Evil Bay, like pencils or pens for the Cancer Society in bulk for you to resell. So you can't tell me these stores that are buying, you know,
Yeah.
10,000 pencils are
Yeah.
actually donating the money back to cancer.
Here, there, and where I was, Fort St. John, when the Freedom Convoy came out, there's this girl in Fort St. John that just bought a Cricut machine and started making Freedom Convoy stickers and selling them as if the money was going to the Freedom Convoy, and people were lining up to buy these stickers. She couldn't print them off fast enough, and not one person said, like, where, how much money have you donated to the to the truckers? Like, oh, nothing. She did get herself a used car.
Wow. But it's like with mom going to that transition bed on Monday,
Yeah.
who would have thought that people were actually scamming
Yeah.
to get in there for free
Yeah.
so live off the government? Like,
So is it a little apartment or just a room?
it's just a room in the hospital,
Like, that's crazy.
but it has, they have a little ward, right? And
Yeah.
the service is excellent. Like, they actually treat her really, really well.
Yeah.
And so, like, there's 9 patients in this ward, and there's
Yeah.
11 nurses at a time.
Oh, really? Like each shift?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, like mom said, they don't even wake her up for her to take her pills. Someone just keeps an eye on her, and they see her
Oh,
wake up.
waiting for her to wake up.
Yeah. And then they bring her pills, right? And then they'll say, another one will come in. Well, it's time for me to massage your back. It's like,
And you're probably like, Mom, go down the hall. I just gotta climb into your bed and
yeah, the hot one's here.
yeah. It's time to rub my back.
Don't you need to go pee or something?
I do need to go pee. Thanks.
Well, and that's another thing. At the auction one night, there was one of those scooters, the senior scooters, and that was at the police auction. So someone actually stole a 4-wheeled senior scooter. It's like, are you kidding me? It's just, I don't know. I don't understand people anymore. So he left again, and we're not going to miss him. Do you think he's coming back?
Oh, man. Too much coffee.
There's no such thing as too much coffee.
No, I gotta figure out how to get my a new breaker panel in here so I can run that coffee maker. I'm gonna need a 200 amp. I'm thinking that could also function as my hot water heater.
You still have problems with your hot water heater?
Oh yeah, well I gotta get a gas one put in this year.
I gotta go now.
Yeah, you go. The so the yeah, that coffee maker, man. That's just crazy. Actually, Steve and Cruiser, you guys, if you can find somebody to buy this, it's a Grindmaster 7776E. If you can find somebody to buy it, I just want $2,000 for it, and you guys can have whatever else. The retail at $4,700, and it's new in the box. Oh, it has to be like a banquet hall or something, but we don't have any like banquet conference hotels up here that are even remotely big enough to need that thing. I believe it is a total of 12 gallons of coffee at a time. Came out of that site. I think it was a spare they had for that Site C camp.
And truth be
If you
told,
guys
if
are
you
even
offered
there.
him $500, he'd probably jump on it.
Well, it's a 7776E. Yeah, when I did the video, I didn't know what model it was, but then after I got it out, I saw that there was a sticker with the model number, but it's 3-phase power.
Oh, wow.
It needs 27. Hey, Ian.
Hey,
It needs
buddy.
27 amps to run. Like, that's just insane. But yeah, 12 gallons. Or, well, I don't know. It said the thing I read said it had 2 6-gallon urns, but and then it's also got the hot water tap. But yeah, I'm sitting there thinking I can't send it to the States. Like, it's gonna cost way too much if somebody in the States bought it, but if I could sell it somewhere in Canada, then I could.
So I have an idea. You could do a video on how much scraps in a $4,000 coffee machine.
Oh yeah, I know. I just can't, like, that completely blows my mind that there's a coffee machine that's worth $4,700. Like, that's crazy.
Okay. I probably could have got it at my old job. I climb trees now.
What are you saying? Lumberjacks don't need coffee? Man, you could make a fortune with that thing out in the bush and a big generator. Oh, really? 8,000? Like, that's crazy. I phoned our local coffee company, like the one that goes around to the offices and supplies the machines and all that. And they were just like, no, we do not deal with anything that big. I said, well, you don't ever get somebody calling? And she's like, not that I can remember. And I've been working here for years. I said, well, start phoning around and I'll split whatever you get with it. Because I figure if they're like a legitimate company, like, they can at least look at it and go, yeah, that works. That's all new. And then maybe sell it for $4,000 or something like that. I don't know. I just don't understand why it's 3-phase. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, there's someone's really serious about their coffee. Like
it comes out of a camp. Maybe it's because the camps are running 3-phase. I don't know, but I mean,
does it have a frother?
no, it's just like those great big, like, buckets of coffee. Like, yeah, well, that's the only thing I could think, because like, they're saying, oh, you should try a like a conference center, because when they have these big conferences, they go through a ton of coffee. But the how many hotels are going to have a 3-phase plug-in in their conference room? Like, nobody's bringing in projectors and stuff that take that much power, but you just have to wire it, I guess. But I mean, what are you going to
They would
run?
probably put it in their kitchen.
Well, no, because it's one of those things where you go serve yourself. It's got the taps all on the outside, and so they'd have like their trays and trays of coffee cups there, and everybody'd come up and pour themselves a coffee. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's got a agitators. It's like, I don't know. So if every once in a while, or maybe just while it's brewing, it agitates the coffee.
Or you can
It's like,
wash your socks in it.
what's that?
You could wash your socks in it.
That's what I should do. Of course, it needs a lot more power than my washing machine. Tire shops. Must have bigger tire shops down there. Our tire shop gives us free coffee, but they just have like a little coffee maker. 415 volt. One like what, Cruiser? Oh, you looked up that 7776 thing? Yeah, so I was thinking like I'm getting this huge, like it's on a pallet. So I'm thinking like, oh, I'm getting this huge, like it's probably broken or whatever. Like, why are they getting rid of this thing? And I thought that'd make a really cool video to take it's like 3 feet long, 3 feet high, and I don't know, 2 feet deep or something like that. I thought, well, that'd be a really cool video, like to tear that whole big thing apart. And then when I get it, it's brand new. Like, that's insane. Like, so the thing I don't understand is it came from a camp company. But what I'm guessing is BC Hydro bought everything in the camp, so the camp wasn't allowed to just have it. But you'd think the camp manager would have been like, hey, I'm going to bid on that thing and then sell it to the company I work for. Even if you just said, hey, yeah, just give me a month off or whatever. Like, you can have this. I don't know. No, it was a 2,200 man camp. So I believe it was a spare. Like I believe that they had their regular ones there, and they had to have a backup for in case it went down, because I don't think it's like one of those things you can just go buy at the store. And if you've got a camp with that many guys and all of a sudden they don't have coffee.
Yeah, I've never seen one at my local Costco. So
No, that's so I figure that, and it's BC Hydro. They're $16 billion. I think they're $6 billion over budget on that dam. This is a big reason why. It's like those 3M breathing things I got. So those things are $2,200 each. The helmets, I got 9 helmets and 5 of the things. The helmets are $900 each. And I bought the entire pallet for $500 with 600 pairs of cut-proof gloves. I haven't opened it yet, Ian. It's in the back of my truck on a pallet still in the original cardboard box. I am going to take it apart, or take the stuff all out on video so I can, get a shot of the model number, the plate and everything that's actually on it. The wiring. I got all the schematics for wiring and stuff in the manual, but I wanted to, I thought it was going to be single phase, and then we could set it up on some sort of a trailer and rent it out for events, because, if you got a few hundred people at a winter event or something like that, it's kind of nice to have that. But I just, I'm going to do a video just on that coffee maker, hoping that somebody goes, hey, I know somebody I'll just kind of put an offer out there. Like, hey, if you can get whatever it is, if I can get $2,000 out of it, I'd be so happy. If I could get $1,500 out of it, I'd be so happy. That would almost cover the entire auction. But, I'm hoping somebody out there is like, oh, that's the kind we use at our whatever. I'll talk to my boss if they can make $500 or $1,000, just pointing me in the right direction. And daughter, oh well, hopefully nobody young and vibrant.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll do a video of me like taking it out of the it's on a pallet with the boxes like stapled to the pallet, so I think I'm just gonna have to like pull the staples out at the bottom and then lift the box off the top, because you can go in from the top, except for I don't know, like I don't want to try and lift that thing out of that huge box if I can just take the box off.
Are you going to be able to get the box back on?
Oh yeah, like it's all sitting there inside. Like when you look in the box, it's got like stuffing, like those little foam wrapped things like are in there, but I just don't want to try lifting and then break something, or like something pulls off. So yeah, all I have to do is just pop all the staples out of the pallet and then just lift the cardboard off, and it should be fine. But So yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do after I get off of here. Go out and I'm gonna see if that John guy will come and help me get it out of the truck. It's not heavy, but it's so big and
Awkward.
bulky. Yeah. So, and I don't want to take the chance of it not being attached to the pallet. I imagine it's like bolted down to the pallet or strapped down to it or something, but I don't want to be like, oh, I'll just drag it off here and let it hit the snow.
Right.
Because that's what I generally do because I'm always by myself. So I'm like, well, I can just drag it off the tailgate and it'll land. But yeah, so anyhow, that's my next plan, and then get that tractor tomorrow. I really hope that thing fires up. The guy at the auction I know told me, he goes, "No, I saw it running, but then there's two of them. I don't know if maybe one was running, one wasn't, or." But the late 60s, our fire chief and prominent businessman had brain cancer, only had it for less than a year. Oh, man. Oh, that's too bad. The at least it wasn't like a long drawn out. My grandmother had brain cancer, and it was like operations and chemo and radiation, and she just turned into a shell of what she was. It was hard to watch.
Well,
What do you
sometimes I
think?
wish
What's that?
sometimes I wish it would just go quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
and I'm
mom's
sure the
going on,
people wish that too, eh? Especially when there's nothing, no hope.
my mom's going on to 2 years now.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah, because that
ridiculous.
was right after I met you that she got that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
that's
then there was my dad. He was diagnosed on the Thursday. He was dead by Monday. So
yeah, yeah. My aunt. Well, I told you about my aunt. She did that maid, and I kind of think that's the way to go.
yeah,
Like,
we're actually setting that up now. The
yeah,
maid,
you're saying that.
not
So
that
they
she's
did the
using
interview with
it,
her and
so
everything.
but she's going. We're just going to keep in our back pocket in
Yeah,
case she needs it.
and that's what my aunt did. Like she when it got to the point where she didn't feel it was worth living anymore, she just went through that. Oh man. Yeah, it is brutal. Like I with my mom, I was kind of glad that she went fast and before I got there, just because the last time I saw her, she was like vibrant, even though she was, like 70 years old or whatever. Had her out hiking in the mountains, and she was like probably the best I'd ever seen her. She just loved it here. She loved the mountains, the hot springs, everything. She just fell in love with it. And that was the last time I saw her. So when I didn't get back to see her all withered up in a hospital bed, like my sisters were all upset. They're like, "Oh, you didn't get to," and I was like, "No, you know what? I get to remember her the way I last saw her." So to me,
Mm.
that it's better. But I mean, it is also probably psychologically damaging to me because I didn't get to. I don't know. Like we're all going to be messed up in the head no matter what.
Well, in this situation, I wish I did have siblings to share some of the load, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I was lucky. My sisters took care of everything. They were just amazing. Like, so. You need a taller shed if you want to make sure you die from it, though. You better start working on that second story. Yeah, you'll know that he's ready to go when you see all the sharp, heavy things all at the top of the piles.
Daggers sticking out.
Yeah. Couple of old rusty swords. Trapped and starved. Yeah. He'll find a couple of mince pies that have been there since Christmas has passed. Oh man. Well, what do you think? I kind of
Yeah,
gotta
it's
get
probably
some
time
stuff done here.
to call this.
All right. Well, really appreciate everybody coming out. 19 stone. What? Hey, what is a stone? Wait, I think I've looked that up before.
A stone
like
is a rock in the driveway.
What's that?
A
Oh,
stone is a rock in the driveway.
no, he's 19 stone. But how many pounds is that?
Some black cocks. Some black.
A stone is 14 pounds. So he.
Am I reading this wrong?
266. Well, yeah, you got a ways to go. Your body can eat off itself for a while, Ian. See you later, Mike. Oh, Ian already put in 14 pounds while I was on another screen looking it up.
Oh.
Yeah, he'll be all right. Anyhow, yeah, so we'll get going on this again next week. I'm going to try and get that thing looked at today, and I'll probably post something. It won't be anything interesting, just to see if I can get that thing sold.
Exactly. Well, you guys all have a good week, and we'll catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.